Warm greetings, delightful viewers, and welcome to Animal World, our co-inhabitants. Today we once again journey into the realm of animals with Carol Gurney, a noted telepathic animal communicator, author, and founder of the US-based Gurney Institute of Animal Communication, to learn about their marvelous ways of expressing their thoughts and feelings. Many of us have a deep desire to understand animals and feel it would be wonderful if we could speak to them directly, just as we do with humans. We could ask them about their favorite foods, the state of their lives, and how they perceive the world around us. Carol Gurney has spent the past 23 years interacting with our fellow beings and teaching others to do so as well.
I started out doing consultations and then soon thereafter started giving workshops. But prior to even doing it professionally, and I did research for a year because I wanted to know, what does animal communication mean? I mean, what am I supposed to do with it? How can I help people? I really wanted to develop the Institute so it would give more credibility to the field of animal communication.
In addition to conducting private consultations and workshops, she has appeared in many publications and on radio and TV shows in the United States. Ms. Gurney is the author of The Language of Animals, 7 Steps to Communicating with Animals.
You can talk to any type of animal. You know, I've done rabbits and iguanas and dolphins and whales and giraffes. There is no limitation. I communicate more with domesticated animals rather than the wild animals. My chiropractor had a client who came in, and that was their pet. They loved the salamander. And they let him go out. They built a little fence for him, but it had rained the day before, so the ground was a little soft. Well, he got underneath the fence and was gone. And he said, call Carol, see if she can help. And he told me exactly where he was, all the details. I shared that with her. 30 minutes later, she's on the phone saying, Carol, I found him exactly where he said he was. So all sorts of things. I've communicated with fish where a woman had a pond and there were too many lily pads. I heard the fish saying, you know, it's too dark in here. It's too dark. Take, you know, some of those things out so we can get more light and more sun in there. And it's really interesting in that she had the same feeling, but didn't know whether to do anything about it or not. And this is what's so neat, is that people already who are very open to animals are already communicating telepathically with them, but they just don't know that they're doing it because it happens so naturally.
Telepathic animal communicators can tune in with our animal friends across space and time. Carol next describes how she helped a worried caregiver locate his missing cat companion.
Find a lost animal. It's the same way in communicating with an animal that was right here, and it's a matter of tuning into them, long distance. The first question that we ask is, are you still in your physical body? If you get a yes, then you ask them, show me where you are. And really, it's a lot of images that you really need to get from the animal to find out where they are. My first case was with Richard Siegel and his cat, Willie. And Willie was deaf. He brought a new puppy in the household, and the cat ran away. Richard called me and said, oh my God, Carol, can you help me? And I said, gee, I get that he's still in his body, and this is what he shows me. He's underneath the house, but the house has lattice work underneath it in white. And the house is on a corner. I described what the house looked like. And I said, but there's one red car in the driveway. So I gave him all of the details. He calls me back. He went out looking. He said, Carol, I found the place. It was on the corner. Everything you mentioned. He got his cat back.
Carol shares another touching story about the reunion of a dog with his doting human caregiver after a whole year's separation.
I had a client of mine, his dog was gone for a year. He called me back. It was a year's anniversary, and he said, Carol, I'm going to give up, but I just want to do it one more time. So I got in touch with his dog. And when I first talked to his dog a year prior, the dog said to me, "My allegiance lies with him. I will never go to anybody else." And sure enough, he showed me that he was in front of a train station, showed me some trees that were in the area, all the surroundings. And he said, Carol, in looking for him throughout the year, I have passed that place. I think I know where it is. He went there, and guess who was sitting at the train station? His dog. After a year.
We'll return shortly with more special stories from Carol Gurney. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Animal World, our co-inhabitants, as we continue our insightful interview with Carol Gurney, a noted telepathic animal communicator from the U.S., author, and founder of the Gurney Institute of Animal Communication. Animals bring so much joy, love, and laughter into our lives and are among our dearest family members and best friends. Thus, for many people, it is a great challenge to cope with their beloved companion's passing. But is there a way for us to contact them again?
To communicate with animals that have passed, it's one of my favorite consultations to do, because I get to stand in the middle of that love. And I get to experience the animal's love for the person. Who wouldn't want to be there in the midst of all of that? It's wonderful, wonderful. I had a client call, and she said, Carol, my dog died, and can you talk to him now that he's passed away? So I got in touch with him. He said to me, tell her my transition was as easy as my life was with her. And he said, tell her it's vast here. I can see forever and ever. And tell her that there's a lot of music here. And if I want to see a hill with sheep, I do. And if I don't, I don't. And then I said, well, is there anything you would like to tell her? He said, oh, yes. Tell her when she hears music in her heart, she'll know that I'm near. So I got on the phone with her and we talked. And I told her this, and she said, oh my gosh, this is a miracle for me. But our favorite thing to do was to listen to classical music. And she said he also used to herd sheep. So that's why he's telling you that. She said that we absolutely love to do. And she said, I got his ashes today. I had him cremated. I was putting the urn on the mantle. And she said, I heard a piece of classical music come on. And she said, as I did, she said, I could feel him here in my heart. She said, I could feel him here.
Why do animals come to Earth? Miss Gurney now shares her thoughts on this topic.
Animals are really a reflection of us. They are some of the greatest teachers we could ever hope to have. One of their primary reasons of being in our lives is to teach us how to love ourselves unconditionally. They could care less how much money you make, what you do for a living, what you look like. They truly love you for who you are.
One of Carol Gurney's clients had a canine companion who would act unfriendly to other people, but only when his caregiver was near him. She now explains how this dog was functioning as a mirror.
Well, the bottom line was, from talking, we saw that she is very uncomfortable socially. She said, Carol, I'm just uncomfortable around people. And then the light bulb went on for her, and she said, oh my gosh, this isn't about my dog. It's about me. I said, that's what I'm learning too. Animals are feeling beings. He feels that fear. And so what does the dog do? He knows that you fear the people. He pushes the people away from you to keep you safe. Your dog wants to protect you because he loves you so much. Another client, an alcoholic, would go on the binge. She got a dog from the rescue organization. And the dog started having seizures when she would go on a binge. Well, she would have to get the dog to the vet when that happened. Guess who stopped drinking? Her family couldn't help her. Nothing helped her, but her dog did. She stopped drinking, and guess who stopped having the seizures? The dog. It's just like unbelievable.
In closing, Ms. Gurney reminds us to always keep our animal companions up to date about what's going on around them, so they can sit back, relax, and enjoy their love-filled homes with us.
Just talk to your animals. Talk to them out loud. Tell them what's going on. If they're going to the vets and they're going to be staying overnight, tell them what's happening. If you can, project an image. If they're going to stay overnight, project an image of seeing them the next day. If you're going on vacation, they understand time. Tell them you're going to be gone for 4 days and project an image of you coming through the front door with your bags again, really happy to see them. They'll get to focus on your return versus your leaving. Mm-hmm. Animals really appreciate that. They don't like being left in the dark, just like people don't. Talk to them about what you love about them. Boy, you are so great. You're the clown of the family. You keep us laughing. And you have no idea what that does for us after a hard day at the office, Things like that.
For more details on Carol Gurney, please visit www.gurneyinstitute.com. The Language of Animals, 7 Steps to Communicating with Animals, and other media by Ms. Gurney are available at the same website. Our sincere thanks, Ms. Carol Gurney, for sharing your beautiful experiences with animals and giving us a glimpse into their fascinating world. May their wise messages and benevolent natures touch the hearts of humanity and thus uplift the consciousness of our planet. Lovely viewers, we enjoyed your company today on Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants. Coming up next is enlightening entertainment after noteworthy news. May the world soon adopt the compassionate, animal-free vegan lifestyle to save the planet.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/AW.